So to factor by grouping, we start by grouping the first two terms in a parentheses and the last two terms in a parentheses, and then you just divide out the greatest amount, the greatest thing from both of those parentheses. Like for this one, this is a 6 and a 12. Both those numbers are divisible by a 6, so I'm going to take that out of the parentheses. This has two x's because of the x squared. This has one x, so the biggest thing I can take out of both of them is just 6x. So 6x squared divided by 6x gives us 1x left over. 6 is gone. 12 divided by 6 makes 2. And then the x is gone because x divided by x makes nothing. Repeat the same step over here. We want to factor out the biggest number. We want to divide out the biggest number we can. 12 and 24 are both divisible by 12. So that's what's left over after we divide both of these by 12. And because this is a factoring by grouping problem, these just magically are the same parentheses. So what we do is we write one of the duplicated parentheses, and then we make a new parentheses made up of the stuff on the outside. Okay? They say factor completely though. So there's an extra step we can do here. Look, we can't factor by grouping again, but we can just do a normal factor here. 6x plus 12, you can divide a 6 out of both of those. So write that 6 on the outside. You got x plus 2 left over inside. Okay, or written a little more cleanly, we usually put like the plain old number that's hanging out by itself. We usually write that out front. But then, I mean, I think my math lab should accept this, but an even neater way of writing it is like this. The reason why we can do that, that's a squared, okay? The reason why we can do that is because we know that 2 times 2, that's the same thing as 2 squared, right? Because the powers are 1 here, and when you multiply numbers with the same base, their powers add up. Same thing here, it's just a more complicated number. This is x plus 2 to the first. This is x plus 2 to the first. So when you multiply them together, their powers add up. So this is like the cleanest, smallest answer.